Hello and welcome. Thank you all for attending the swearing-in ceremony for 9 newly hired officers who are seated on the stage. Joshua Nelson, Terrence Dottie, Tyshawn Parker, Luigi Yates, Destiny Glass, Rebecca Gross, William Barber, Ryan Oakley, and Alex Miller. I would especially like to thank all the family and friends of these new hired officers for being here with us today. We appreciate it. I'd like to thank Mayor Schember for taking the time from his busy schedule to be here with us for this occasion. The City of Erie Police Department was established in 1851, has been in existence for over 170 years. These new officers will be joining a fraternal brother and sisterhood and will forge bonds and friendships that will last a lifetime. The Erie Police Department has a deep, rich, and storied history, and we look forward to these new officers adding their names and stories to that history. Thank you. Now I'd like everyone to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce Inspector Mike Nolan.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Erie City Council Chambers. My name is Mike Nolan, and I'm the Inspector of the Erie Police Department. The 9 men and women you see on this stage are about to become part of the EPD family. That is not an easy feat. It's not for everyone. First, they had to make the commitment and sacrifice to successfully complete the Municipal Police Training Academy. Then they had to pass a physical test, immediately followed by a written test, the results of which determined their ranking on a list that we used to hire. Finally, they had to pass an intensive background investigation to ensure that they had the character and integrity necessary to be good police officers. Many candidates don't make it all the way through, but the 9 you see on stage did. Being a police officer is not just a job, it's a calling. These 9 brave souls up here made the commitment to answer the call, to devote their lives to helping, serving, and protecting. All of us at EPD did that, but what makes their commitment so special is that they made it now. They made it during a time of such great division, with record violent crime rates and increased anti-police sentiment. So it takes a special person, above and beyond, to make that commitment during this time in our country. Now, although that narrative is repeated on national news and it fills social media platforms, that's not our truth in Erie. We at EPD have made a commitment several years ago to improve police and community relations through initiatives such as our body-worn camera program, to our ever-expanding youth outreach by way of our PAL program, and we have the whole back filled with some of our PAL kids, and our COP program. We also build strong partnerships with the community through our Strengthening Police and Community Partnerships program, and many other groups, too many to list here. But we've demonstrated our commitment to this cause. These efforts have been recognized by the Department of Justice as a success story, but more importantly, they have led to increased trust and support from the Erie community. We have no doubt that these 9 new officers will help us carry on that effort and will continue to make EPD the finest police department around even better. And now I will introduce the newest officers to join EPD. Please hold your applause during these introductions. You'll get a chance to whoop it up for them in a few minutes after they're sworn in by the mayor. And I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you guys to stand up when I call your name again. So just, when I call your name, stand up, and then I'll let you know you can sit. First up, badge number 1518 is Joshua Nelson. You stand up. Josh was 29 years old. lives in Erie. He's originally from Conneautville, Pennsylvania. Working out, playing football and basketball. Be seated. Next up, Terrence Dowdy, badge number 1519. Terrence is 29 years old, resides in Erie, married to Paige, criminal justice degree with a minor in psychology from Pitt Greensburg. Terrence has worked the last 3 years at the Meadville Police Department as a police officer, and he's also worked at LECOM and the Erie County Sheriff's Department. He enjoys working out, hunting, fishing, playing hockey and soccer. Next, we have Tyshawn Parker, badge number 1520, 1520. Tyshawn's 42 years old. He's the old man of the group, but by far. He resides in Erie. He's originally from Rochester, New York. He's married to Crystal and has 3 sons, ages 9, 13, and 20. He has a criminal justice degree from Edinboro University. He's a 2021 graduate of the Mercyhurst Municipal Police Academy and was the winner of the Baraniai Award, which is the top cadet in the class. Subsequently started his career as a police officer at Mercyhurst University before moving to the Erie School District PD. And he enjoys working out, playing sports with his kids, and spending time with his family. And he's particularly looking forward to making a positive impact on Erie's youth. Next, we have Luigi Yates, badge number 1521. Luigi's 22 years old. He's the youngest of the group. He's from Erie. He's a proud prep graduate. He has a criminal justice degree from Gannon University. Graduated from the Mercyhurst Municipal Police Academy on June 23rd, 2022. And he is the recipient of the award for the top fitness achievement at the Academy. Previously worked for Mill Creek Township Parks Department and Lowe's, and he enjoys working out, playing video games, and hanging out with friends and family. Next up, we have Destiny Glass, badge number 1522. Destiny's 25 years old. She's from Union City. She is also a vet, served 6 years in the Army National Guard, and she's also worked at the Erie County Sheriff's Department. She enjoys hiking, traveling, and kayaking. Next, we have Rebecca Gross, badge number 1523. Rebecca's 23 years old. She's from Erie. She graduated Mercyhurst Municipal Police Academy also on June 23rd, 2022. And Rebecca was the Top Gun Award winner for the best results from the shooting competition. So she's also employed, prior to going to the academy, she was employed as a UPS supervisor, and she enjoys working out, traveling, and photography. Next up, we have William Barber, badge number 1524. William's 30 years old, resides in Erie, but he's originally from Westfield, New York, has a criminal justice degree with a minor in sociology from State University of New York, Fredonia. Prior law enforcement experience includes LECOM, UPMC, Cambridge Springs, Northeast PD, and most recently, just prior to starting with us, he's been employed by the Meadville Police Department. So we've taken 2 this round from Meadville. So if anybody here is looking for a job, I think they're hiring down there. He enjoys working out, motocross, golfing, camping, and spending time with friends and family. Next up, Ryan Oakley, badge number 1525. Ryan's 32 years old, from Erie. He's married with one son. Ryan has a criminal justice degree with a minor in psychology from Edinburgh University. He's worked 7 years as a police officer for Edinburgh University prior to starting with EPD. He enjoys working out, running, sports, video games, cooking, and spending time with friends and family. And lastly, we have Alex Miller, badge number 1526. Alex is 23 years old. He's from Erie, but he resides in Erie, but he's originally from Cannonsburg, graduate of Cannon Mac High School. He's a vet who is still active in the U.S. Army Reserves as an MP. Previously worked at LECOM Police and most recently UPMC Police. And he enjoys hunting, fishing, and hiking. Now I will turn it over to Mayor Joe Schember.
Thank you, Chief Nolan. I just have a few remarks here. It's great to see this great crowd here. Good to see Liz Allen, President of City Council, in the back as well. And this is really great. I know many of you are related to one of the new officers up here, and I really welcome you, and I really welcome the 9 of you. These are actually 9 additions to the police force. They're not replacing people that have left. And this is something where we're going to try to do things we just didn't have enough people to be able to do. I'm really excited that this group, the diversity you see in this group, that is something we're trying to achieve in everything we do, especially the police department, the fire department. We want City Hall and the people that work here to look like the community so everyone feels valued and accepted. So I feel very, very lucky to be swearing in the 9 of you today. I'm very excited about it. As I've said, I love the diversity of this group. Don't you all love the diversity of this group as well? Isn't this really something? Thank you. I dream about what a great city Erie would be if we could just accept everyone for who they are, regardless of any minor differences. We're all so much alike. The length of our hair, whether we have hair or not, our size, but we're all basically the same. And I believe we can all work well together and use the unique talents and skills of every person. That's the one thing I'd like to accomplish. If I can accomplish nothing else, that's the one thing I want to accomplish as mayor. So I want to thank the 9 of you for being willing to become part of our police department. Again, I feel very lucky that these 9 are joining us. And also I want to thank the families for supporting them, because being a police officer is not an easy job. It's a dangerous job. There were a lot of shots fired last night, or the night before last, at our police. We're lucky none of them got hit. But the last thing we want to do is see a police officer get injured or hurt. I'm very proud of Erie's police force. Erie's police force is making Erie a better place for everyone. And I encourage the 9 of you to participate in every way and also consider Police Athletic League and becoming part of that and training the next generation to look at things differently. I believe that is really helping us to transform Erie over the long term. So that's enough of me talking. Let's get started and get these 9 sworn in. Chief, you want to join me? Okay, so if the 9 of you could stand up and raise your right hands, please. I do solemnly swear and affirm that I, state your name, will support the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the State of Pennsylvania, I will faithfully uphold, obey, and enforce the laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the City of Erie. I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. I take this obligation freely and without mental reservations or purpose of evasion. Sorry, I should cut that one up a little bit. I will diligently discharge the duties of the police officer for the City of Erie without partiality, malice, or ill will. Now can we have a big round of applause for the 9 new City of Erie policemen?
Good morning. I'm Chief Spizzarni. This is like Christmas Day. I got to open 9 new packages here. It really is a special day, not just for me, for the command staff, the members of the department looking forward to having help out there, but to everybody that works towards the same goals that we do, to keep the city safe, keep our citizens safe, to protect the children and the families so that the neighborhoods are livable. And that's what they're here to do. It's not something that a lot of people can do. You know, there's people that wish they would have become a policeman, that thought about being a policeman, but they didn't go through all the steps that they did. None of them are up here because somebody made them do it. Nobody was forced in here. They volunteered to take on one of the hardest jobs there is. And dangerous. We know that this weekend we had a very serious situation that fortunately we were very lucky, but those are the things that do happen. And that's what makes this job that special, that they are here today to do this job with us. Being Extra 9, usually I get to talk about some of the people that retired because they're always replacing somebody. Well, this is the first time in over 15 years that we've added members to the department. So now we can do a couple things that we couldn't do before. We have those couple extra bodies. You know, you've probably worked a project around your house. You know, built a deck, you worked on your car, you're moving. Doesn't it always help when you have those couple extra hands around to move stuff for you, to lift the hammer, to do the work? That's exactly what's happening here with these 9 officers. The department's going to be able to do a little bit more than we've done in the past. And we're going to concentrate that work on the juveniles because we've seen some unprecedented juvenile crimes that as a city we just can't accept. In the back of the class, or in the back of the room, we have got the Powell Police Academy students. They've got 20 students here that were picked out of 800 kids, and they were chosen as potential law enforcement candidates, or they've got some leadership abilities, whether they become policemen or go into some other field. They're going to be leaders in the future, and that's what these 9 here are going to be. I talked to them briefly this morning, and I said, you know, there's a command staff member, there's a potential chief in this class because they've stepped up, they're doing the work. We want to thank the council people. I believe Liz Allen, I saw Mr. Brzezinski, I think I saw Mr. Keys here. Oh, okay, they're back there. So we appreciate all of that. I also like to recognize the District Attorney of Erie County. Beth Hers is here. Thank you for coming. You know, another thing about these officers here, and, you know, we've got a brother, Officer Yates. His brother's an officer here. We have a former officer here who has a family member. We've got an officer here whose father was a classmate of mine in high school, and he was served with the state police, retired recently. I'll be joining you in retirement in just a few more years. But even though we knew them, it had nothing to do with them getting this job. And I told them this. They went out, they took the test, they did all the hard work, and they're here to move on. They were hired all, as everyone has been in this department, equally through the civil service testing process. They were the next name up on the list. They're the next best candidate, and nobody had a shortcut to this position. And that's what it takes to be a good policeman, the dedication. Some of them passed their first test and got hired here. Some of them took 2 tests like I did. Some even more. I was ready to take the 3rd test before I got that call. I was one of the last ones hired before a new list came out. So it's that dedication that it's not typical in some jobs. Most people go out and they look for a job that they can sustain their family with, and once they get it, they're settled. Well, they've gone through a few jobs and have waited for this job. They're now in a career department. They're joining the 174 officers we have. They can be here for 20, 30, as many years as they want. There's different jobs. They're not just riding in a police car. There's all kinds of different positions that we have. And as they spend time here in the department, they're going to learn which way they want to go. Whether it's drug work, detective work, joining the motorcycle unit, anything. We've got a great department here. I'm very proud of everybody. But I do know one thing. None of them could be sitting here doing this job without you folks, without the family members that supported them. I'm getting a little teary-eyed here because I'm also going to talk about one officer that's going to be retiring. He's not being replaced yet, but Mike Nolan, 30 years, 5 years as a direct partner. So, it is a big family. So we welcome you to the family. You, your families, you're now all part of the Erie Police Department. We're excited to have you here, and I think that's going to conclude our ceremony. Or we got to give them their badges first. Let's do that. Sure. Stand up again.
Joshua Nelson. Terrence Dottie. Luigi Gates. Tyshawn Parker. Destiny Glass.
Destiny, welcome. Congratulations.
Rebecca Gross.
Congratulations, Rebecca. Welcome.
William Barber.
Congratulations, Bill.
time.
Round of applause. Standing ovation. And you all have to sign that, what we just gave you, so use one of the pens I gave you. Okay?
Folks, we'll have pictures here, so if you bear with us, we're going to take a couple group photos, and then we'll take family photos if you'd like. So stick around, we'll take a little time here. Thank you.